Hello, everybody. This is Jack Leeson from MajorLeagueTrading.com doing the Nadex weekly video for the week of November 5th. All right, so I just want to go ahead and start with the news events that will be impacting the markets this week. We do have what's called the WASD reports, which is the agricultural reports. So that's going to move things like soybeans and corn. So I'm going to review a setup I'm looking for in the corn market, which is ticker symbol /ZC on the futures contract. The date of that release is November 9th, so that will be this week, and it'll be at noon Eastern Standard Time. Then for the forex markets, on Sunday night at 8 p.m. we have Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda speaking, and then on Monday we have the RBA rate statement out of the Australian dollar at 10:30 p.m. Tuesday at 4 a.m., we have ECB President Draghi speaking. At 12:55 p.m., we have the Bank of Canada Governor Polaz speaking. And then at 2:30, we have Janet Yellen speaking. On Wednesday, at 10:30, we have the crude oil inventories. And then on Thursday, unemployment claims for the US dollar at 8:30. And for the CHF at 11:30 a.m., we have the SNB Chairman Jordan speaking. At 7:30 p.m. on Thursday, we have the RBA monetary policy statement for the Australian dollar. And on Friday, we have manufacturing production for the Great Britain pound. And it is also a bank holiday for the US dollar. Last week, we did have a lot of news. One of the bigger movers was the Great Britain pound. In this week, I'm going to be looking at the CAD and JPY pairs primarily, but I'll go over the CAD here today and show you guys what I'm looking at. First, let's start with ZC. So on the 9th, we have the WASD reports, those government reports that are for the corn product and other agricultural products. We're sitting inside of this wedge, and if we actually go back, I believe the date was October 12th was the last WASD report. And you can see this range here in corn was 11.5 points. What I'm expecting is this range to continue to tighten throughout the end of the week. We probably should not move out of this range until that WASD report comes out. But if you see this wedge at the bottom of this consolidation zone going into what is going to be a economic news event that could possibly break us out of that wedge, right now I'm leaning to the long side just because pretty much since the end of August we have been unable to break through this 344 level. I'm going to mark this up here. This 344 level, which we originally made these lows going back, and that was like a closing low going back to the 31st of August. We've continued to hold those, and as of recently, we do have a slight higher high, we have a higher low, and another higher low, and what I'm expecting to happen here is us to break out and make a new higher high through 354. So going into that report on the 9th, I'm going to be looking at potential binary strikes, looking for a breakout on that news event. I'll have to see what they're priced at, but I'm going to be looking at that trade coming into November 9th. Moving into the USD CAD, which really had a great run here in late October. The breakout started on October 20th, and we continued to rally all the way up into the 27th. We did get a pullback last week, and we came into some poor levels that I was looking at. I had a 127.17. We pretty much traded that to the tick. We have a 127.64 support level that so far is near the low of the day where we are today. I'm looking at 127.64 and 127.17 is my two support levels. I will set alerts on both of those levels. We have the Bank of Canada Governor Polaz speaking. I think I mentioned that was Tuesday. And that is when I'm going to be looking for a potential long trade setup. My upside profit targets, I do think we go and take out the highs of the end of October here. So I'll be looking for potential long setups going into the Governor Polaz speech this week in the USD CAD. Moving on then to the NASDAQ, which I think the NASDAQ is due for a pullback just to the bottom of the trading range we had last week, Wednesday, Thursday. The level I'm looking for is 62.16. So 62.16, I'll wait all week for it. We have opened up higher. We made a slightly higher high here, but you can see the selling pressure already coming into the market. And when we trade down to that 62.16, that's going to be the support level. You can see that's where the consolidation started. Friday, which was October 26th, Friday, we had that was on the back of Amazon, Google, Microsoft earnings, which just exploded the Nasdaq higher in one of its biggest moves we've seen all year. The top of that range here is that 62.16 level, and that's what I'm going to be waiting for potential long setup. So I'm just going to set my alert there and wait for it to pull back into this level. So just go ahead and setting that alert at or below, and I'll be looking for a long trade at that level. Oil, great move last week, and it's kind of funny when you think about. So I follow geopolitical news just to kind of keep an eye on maybe why things are moving, but pretty much since the oil inventory report going back, I think there was I'm not sure if that was actually the inventory report, but on the 27th, which that was a Friday, so that was on the back of the rig news numbers. We had a breakout through pretty much highs of it was a 3-month high at least. Last time we traded through those levels was actually the beginning of the year in March and April. We've completely broken through those highs, and we did have some momentum follow through. And again, last week on Friday, so back to back, Friday of Friday, which was November 3rd, and Friday, October 27th, were both the biggest moves to the upside in oil. And really, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we spent consolidating. So I do think we're at the higher end of the range here. For the week. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to be patient for a pullback here in the oil markets. So I'm looking at 54.80 as a support level and 54.43. Those are my two support levels I'm looking at based on my Fibonacci analysis here for that market. So that's what I'll be looking for in the oil markets this week. And those are 4 trading setups that I'll be looking for this upcoming week. If you enjoy this content and like this video, please subscribe to Major League Trading YouTube. And if you'd like to see more of these, you can always visit our website, majorleaguetrading.com, and enter your email. Like, comment below. I'll get back to you. And if there's any markets you guys would like me to review in next week's video, also comment those below in the YouTube comments. Everybody take care and trade safe. Have a great week.